Today on the London Ear, I'm delighted to be joined by Sean from Nixer. Hello, how are you?
It's great to be chatting again. How are things?
Not too bad. Fellow Southeast London native or resident, I should say.
Resident for
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I mean, you've been knocking around these parts for a little while now. How's life in Southeast London for you?
Life is good in Southeast London. It's busy. I feel very ingrained um here now, particularly in the last 2 years. I've kind of really made kind of Peckham my home in a way, and it feels really nice. There's a lot of stuff happening there. It's like bubbling with like creativity and inspiration. So yeah, it feels good. Life feels good, but the hecticness of London never fails to kind of calm down. And I feel like a bit consumed by that at the minute. So it's hard work, keeping up with it.
London is a tough city, and it's like, first of all, just before we came on air, I was telling you about a film which I'll link to in the show notes. Actually, I had the pleasure of chatting to John Fleming last week, who directed a film in the 1980s about Irish immigrants coming over here. John's going to be a guest on the show as well in the not so distant future. But one of the things that a lot of people found it really hard, even then, was the pace and the speed of how things move
Hmm.
in London, because it can be hard for people to find a place to get headspace, to
Yeah.
just, you know, find your spot. And it was like, let everything else go on around you, but you look after you for a little while.
Yeah, that is a constant battle that happens in this city. I think as well, everybody is so busy. Everybody's always doing, doing, doing. And like I guess I do have my own coping mechanisms. Like I literally in the pouring rain of London, cycled home from the gym where I like did like a workout and then a sauna and steam room and a swim and that, like stuff like that where you can like detach. You can do that anywhere in the world, but it's good to have those like little kind of places of relaxation where you can do that stuff. Um, but like when you're constantly moving and everyone else is always doing something too. It's hard to find time to like see friends, cook a dinner, read a book, the stuff that really takes your attention and requires your time and that are valuable too. So yeah, London's a hard city for that.
One of the things that I have found since I started working remotely is that I'm not reading as much because I hated commuting. So what I used to always do was bring the Kindle and read. I used to go through at least like a book a week or whatever, maybe more, just
Mm,
commuting. But I'm finding I'm not reading as much because I don't have that dedicated time for reading. But it's something that I really want to work into again
yeah,
because I enjoy it.
yeah. It's funny, my dad said something similar. He was a great person for reading books and a recommendation, and then that was all pre-COVID, and then like he started working from home, and he's been working a bit more remotely, and he has totally fallen off the reading bandwagon too. And I don't know if I could ever lose it. It's too much of an inspiration for like my own writing process and kind of like formulating ideas. Like I do, like today I sat in a coffee shop just to like read a book and have that time, and I haven't done that in a long time either. But it is hard when you're like not making time to do that. It just escapes you. It's crazy.
Nixer, you have a new record coming out. You've just
Yeah,
released a new single.
yeah,
Lots of changes going on with Nixer in the
yeah.
world of Nixer.
Lots of change. Evolution, I'm calling it. Change feels like a negative word when it comes to life. I'm calling it evolution.
So tell us about the evolution then.
Yeah, well, the new record that's coming out, it's super exciting. It's called I Hit the Town and the Town Hit Me Back. It's been a running title that I've been working with for years. And when the concept came to fruition, it felt really great to like begin writing it. And off the back of the last record, People Feel, which is nearly 2 years old now, yeah, it's coming at a good time. We've got a bit of momentum. We've been touring loads. We've been releasing singles last year, so I'm super excited to release a body of work. And I made it with my guy Simon, who was based in New York at the time of writing the majority of the record, but is now based in LA. And yeah, it's just it captures you know, the last couple of years of my life. It deals with like your relationship with mobile phones, kind of like it's a bit of a in a retrospective view on socializing and like places like London and like you know how they're embodied and how you I guess think about them. And that's why I like the idea of like hitting the town. Like it feels like a good, jovial, exciting thing to do, but like all it does is keep grinding you down. And London, like we just touched on and spoke about, it definitely does that. And this record is like yeah, I guess a sonic representation of that.
This is when we're talking about Nixer. This is basically you as a solo artist now using Nixer as your name, as your project name.
Yeah, yeah. So I call it more of a collaborative project. So like over the past couple of years, we've been working with a lot of different people, producers, vocalists, remix artists, so many different people, and there's a lot of people involved now. So like, although like I am like the lead songwriter and lyricist, it's a collaboration project, you know, which is super exciting too because like it removes any kind of stagnant feeling that can somewhat sometimes surround, you know, making music. It's always kind of, you know, like I said, evolving, feels exciting. And this project I made with Simon, and it's been like, yeah, the proudest moment I've had in terms of songwriting so far. It feels like a very cohesive, and I'm super proud of it. It's a great piece of work, but the live band now, you know, we're doing a lot of writing with the live band, and there's a new girl in the band, Grace. She's from London, so first non-Irish person in the mix, and we've been writing some amazing music together, which will hopefully see the light of day in the coming year or maybe next year. And it's a different kind of direction again. It's a bit more, you know, guitar driven. It's a bit more gothic. You know, it's like real nice kind of vibe. So yeah, just open to working with people. It's a nice feeling.
When you are doing all this, how, right, so your music would be very Irish because you don't hide
Mm,
your accent. There's very
yeah,
Irish stuff in it.
yeah,
When it comes to people then from other places
yeah.
putting their thing into it, how does that work? Because I think a culture clash can always be a fantastic thing because you
I
get sparks from it.
totally agree. And like that's what I mean has about like it being kept exciting and feeling super exciting because like um Simon this record, for example, Simon is he's quite a bit younger than me, and I met him through a guy who I was speaking with online. So his influences are like coming from like being based in New York and working with different artists who are totally different to Nixer and kind of Ireland. But that kind of crossover has put us in a new position of making something that's sonically so different from what I've done before, but like so different from kind of anything I've heard too, which is like really exciting. And his production is so intelligent and just very inspiring to work with. And with my kind of vocal colloquialisms and real love for like Irish literature and kind of taking that to the table, mixed with this dude with a totally different American kind of poppy, crazy understanding of production. It's just put us in a really interesting place. And yeah, I'm super excited to release it because, like you said, the clash of culture has just it's evolved us in a whole new way that I wasn't expecting.
Your live show, you've been on tour with Clockworks, you've been on
Yeah,
tour with Mary Wallopers as
yeah,
well, you've opened for them. How did that work with the band?
yeah. Really great. You know, the the more we play, the more you kind of like fit into the routine of it. It becomes like clockwork. Pardon the pun. But like, it's really important to just get on the road. I've noticed how important and valuable it is, and we've played in some great places and cities over the last, even just 6 months on tour with both those bands. But I'm excited to hit those towns ourselves. You know, we're gonna hit the towns, and do a headline tour soon. But like, the live show is great. I feel like it's a whole new understanding of our sound. It's important to like, I guess, take the productions and the songs and like bring them, because it's very electronic, and it's good to give it a whole new lease of life when we play live. And I feel like that's when we really connect with fans, because I'm a lover of live music and I love playing live too. So it's really nice to then bring Nixer to the stage. And yeah, I'm just excited with the shows that are coming up too. We've got some exciting ones in the pipeline.
I need to ask you about your merch that you've got. Where did you get those scarves? They're
Yeah,
amazing.
they're brilliant, aren't they? Big up Lockie at Locked Letters on Instagram, who designed those. He's an amazing artist from Dublin. Um and yeah, they're crazy. When we were like sitting on the record and we are thinking about, what's coming, we did a total rebrand of Nixer and the whole visual side of things. So the music's there, and it's important as an artist to recognize the visual is also very important. And first off, we started with the new logo, which is amazing, which Lockie designed, and then the merch came. But then my guy Louis, who's in charge of like the visual side of things, he's brought a whole new image, and yeah, everything feels great. Everything feels really good. I'm glad you like the merch. I must get you a scarf sent to Southeast London.
I really like
Oh,
the scarves and the
yeah,
video actually for the current single as well, the book. Tell us a
yeah,
little bit about that because when you look at it first, I mean, there's
mm,
so many things. You go onto YouTube and you hear, oh, somebody has a visualizer for this new track, right?
mm,
And you go on and you see it and you think, oh, they're just using some stock images from
yeah,
whatever. I mean,
yeah,
this looks old, but then you think, are they all stock images? And then you go, no, they're bloody not. That's all like redone. That's edited really, really well.
yeah,
It's, there's a certain aesthetic to it that is down. It's
yeah,
like you know that it's going to be a special project if
yeah.
you're doing all this and this is
Mm.
part of it.
Yeah, I'm really glad you recognize that, and you've hit the nail on the head, Nessie. But we shot all of that in Sydenham on a night 2 weeks ago, actually. 2 weeks ago, a Monday night, and it's just we've got all hands on deck. Louis is just taking charge, and he's doing an amazing job of like realizing the visuals and how they should match the record. And yeah, it's just important. Like that stuff takes a lot of, skill and money and effort. And just I'm blessed to be working with like a really amazing artist who is taking it on and is just shaping a whole new concept around how it should look. And to begin with, I wasn't so sure. I'm not gonna lie. We had some qualms and conversations, and then he just goes, either trust me and let me do it, or it's not gonna work. And I was like, boom. That's the kind of passion that I put into the music. If he wants to put that into the visuals and kind of how it's gonna look online, that's who I want to work with, and he's doing a cracking job.
Your past is going to be going cold there.
Yeah, I know. Do I turn the camera around? This is going to be online, is it? There
So
we go.
just as we were about to press record, we were chatting for a few minutes, and then your sister dropped in your dinner too.
She did, and she's not well. I've got some lem sips on the way. So I'm actually doing a shoot tonight. I'm doing a music video shoot tonight. So I'm dipping out after this call. But Louis, who's the director, is coming over with some lem sip for my sister. So even though she's in a bit under the weather, she's managed to make me some pasta because she knows I'm so busy. What a great,
What a
great.
legend. What a legend.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have her. She's been a shining light in my life since we've lived together in London for the past 18 months.
If you're going to record another video tonight or make some visuals or whatever way it turns out to be, is this
Yeah.
for another single
Yeah.
from?
Singlet's coming out on Tuesday. So yeah, Saccharine Smile, new music on Tuesday. So I don't know when this is gonna air. We maybe we can edit this bit, Nessie. But yeah, new music on Wednesday. So oh Tuesday. Oh my God, excuse me. New music, Saccharine Smile on Tuesday.
Brilliant. And so how many tracks are going to be on the record?
Seven. Seven.
And what date is it coming out and how can people get it?
Yeah, so the record is out on the 15th of May, and people can stream it on whatever site they enjoy to stream. They can buy it on Bandcamp, or they can also physically buy the record via Blowtorch Records, which is available to pre-order right now. So that would be great because, yeah, Richard's doing a great job putting together another run of vinyl. And as a vinyl collector, it's just an amazing opportunity to have my music on vinyl. And yeah, it's gonna be a very proud moment holding that physical product in my hand. So yeah, anyone else who's enjoying the music, you can buy it on vinyl.
And before I let you head off to your video making endeavors for the evening, um, if people want to find out about you on Instagram, where can they go? And like, are you going to be doing any gigs surrounding this as well? Because I know before we came on air as well, uh, we were just talking about how expensive it is to go on tour
Yeah,
and do stuff.
yeah,
So when you're talking about pre-ordering records, like it's really important, and if people can afford to pre-order it, it kind of gives you a gauge of where
yeah.
you can go play and do all those things surrounding the release of it as well.
You're dead right, Nessie. And I seen actually District Magazine put up a really interesting Instagram post the other day, and they put up a really interesting Instagram post the other day where they were highlighting the importance of buying merchandise and supporting independent artists. And I think they had like a Kojak CD, which was 15 a euro, which equals how many thousand streams. Then it was like a New Dad vinyl, which is £30, which equals, I don't know, like 75,000 streams. I can't remember the exact numbers, but the value of like fans and supporters buying our merch and you know buying the physical music is or anything else is so valuable, and it really supports going on tour and making new music and working with amazing video directors or people to even design the merchandise. So yeah, anyone that's listening and is interested in vinyl, it would be greatly appreciated if we get some pre-orders because the music is sounding great. And yeah, it's just great that we are able to do this.
Thank you so much for joining me again on the show. I always love our chats, and
Yeah,
we'll meet up for a coffee really, really soon. Um,
yeah,
best of luck with the release, and maybe later on in the year you'll come back and tell me more about the projects that you're working on because you're always up to something.
yeah. Keep them busy.
Thanks a million. Sean from Nixer, have a great day.
My pleasure, Nessie. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks.